What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing what we should be expecting from the Chicago Bulls in this next upcoming game away from home against Denver. There has been a lot of conversations about this game and about what starting lineup we could use for this game, which again, it's preseason, so each to their own. It doesn't necessarily, in my eyes, truly matter who starts in a game. I'll give you what I want to see, but also what we could potentially see for that game against Denver. We'll have to just, I guess, in due time, figure it out, and the Bulls will obviously announce it to us in due time as well. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about this upcoming game against Denver. Do you kind of want to see a similar game? Do you want to see a very similar lineup? Or are you one of those types of people that, I guess, is in for something different? Do you want to see a different lineup? Do you maybe want to see some players rest? Whatever the case may be. Now, again, this game against Denver, look, we beat them the first time around. Granted, halftime and whatnot, it was a tie game. We won double overtime. Preseason for most teams has truly been fantastic. Again, a lot of close games, a lot of close battles, a lot of good performances, and the Bulls fit right into that category in both games. We played really well against the Bucks in that loss, and we played really well against Denver in that win. Both games were entertaining. Both games were amazing. And I kind of want to see something similar. Let's be honest. In preseason, do you really want to see a boring, lackluster, blowout type game? Not necessarily, unless it's obviously your team doing it. You don't necessarily want to see those things. You want to see closer competitive games. You want to get yourself excited and hyped for the regular season. And these are what the preseason games are doing. I'm very excited for the regular season, and I'm very excited for the Bulls to truly see how good they are and what type of rotations we will see, the lineups, and how we're truly going to play when it starts, when it's 0-0, when our first game approaches. I'm so excited for things like that. So in that way, yeah, this game brings more excitement, and so will the next two games after this. But there is a lot of conversations about the lineups. I believe Casey Johnson tweeted this not too long ago, discussing the possibility of seeing the starters have a break for this game against Denver, take their, I guess, day off in preseason and really ramp it up towards the final two games of preseason against the Raptors and the Timberwolves. And in my opinion, me personally, again, I'm not the Bulls. I'm not the Bulls players. I don't speak on behalf of Bulls players. I don't speak on behalf of the franchise itself. I'm just giving my opinion here. I do want to see the starters play again. But again, I think the starting lineup should be changed in the sense that I think, you've seen Kobe and Pat start for 2 straight games now. You've seen the positives and the negatives of that. And I feel like it is only right to kind of experiment with other guys in the starting lineup, unless you're fully set on seeing Kobe White and Patrick Williams start for the Chicago Bulls at the beginning of the season. If that's your true mindset and that is known to the world, then I don't see the point in really resting anybody and ramping it up with the last 2 games, getting proper minutes and proper rotations around. In my opinion, the point of preseason and training camp is to figure out who's going to be best in the starting lineup, where players are best suited for their minutes. Just because Kobe White might be starting a game doesn't necessarily mean Javon Carter will not play with the big 3 at all. In fact, he might get more minutes with the big 3, and Kobe White might get more minutes with the bench unit despite the starting rotations and stuff of that nature. I feel like that's also important to figure out. And 2 games is great. You saw 2 games of the same starting lineup. I feel like it's a bit harsh to not kind of experiment with that starting lineup, with Javon Carter in there, with a Torrey Craig in there, and, maybe even experiment with a couple of other guys, maybe an Io or a Caruso, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the negative of seeing the Chicago Bulls rest players in this game. But we also don't want risk of injuries, and playing 5 games on the bounce, granted, it's all halftime, they only play two quarters in a game. But again, I guess the positive of seeing these players rest is that there's very, very light risk of seeing them get injured right before the season's beginning. So take with that what you will. I guess people have different thoughts and opinions on that. Me personally, I've said it for a while. I wanted to see Kobe and Pat start 2 games. I said that after the Bucks game. Now that we've seen it, I kind of want to see a switch up in the starting 5, keeping the big 3 there, but putting Javon Carter in there, or maybe putting Javon Carter and Torrey Craig in there, one or the other, or both. That's kind of what I wanted to see. And I feel like if we don't see that against this team against Denver, then I don't think we will see it at all. So that's kind of where I'm at this point in time. But you know, if we do see that, then I'll be very, very excited once again going into this Denver Nuggets game away from home and seeing how they will really fare in the starting lineup. Now, look, if Billy Donovan has everything figured out, if he has really done all the experiments he wants to do, keep in mind, he's the head coach of the Chicago Bulls. So I'm watching from a fan's perspective and a fan's perspective alone. I don't know the X's and O's. I don't know the ins and the outs. I couldn't tell you how many minutes Javon Carter and Torrey Craig has played with the big three. I couldn't tell you these things, but if he has all he needs to make the right lineup at the beginning of the season and he is fully prepared for that, then kind of do whatever you want, and Bulls fans will just retaliate off of that. So yeah, it is what it is. But that seems to be the big thing going around here. We'll wait and see whether or not the big three in Zach, DeMar, and Vucevic will start. And if they do start, we'll see who starts with them. But if there is breaks in between, you're most likely going to see the Kobe's, the Ios, the Carusos, the Javon Carters, the Torrey Craigs, the Andre Drummonds. These guys are going to get a lot more minutes. So you should see the bench lineup as well as some of the training camp deals that are still here in the Quentin Jacksons, in the Bitim, in the who else is here? In the Julian Phillipses. Again, he's not a two-way contract guy, but again, he's the guy that will be looking at thriving for some minutes. Dalen Terry's of the world. All these guys will get minutes, and all these guys will get well-needed minutes as well. So it's hard to complain either way, in all honesty. And also, before I go, if you guys want to see another watch-along, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I feel like the watch-alongs are doing really, really well. I think people are tuning in, they're watching. It has been spreading, and people are coming and commenting, which is fantastic. If you guys want to see that continue all the way into the regular season, again, I can only do it for certain games. There are some games where I won't be able to do it. Especially, you know, I'm job seeking right now. If I do get that job, those watch-alongs will become very limited. So I need to make that very, very clear. This is not something that I plan to do for all 82 games. I think it'll be impossible. Especially with games, how quick they come, and it's right in the afternoon for me. It's not like it's a night game for me. That would probably be, what, 7 o'clock for you guys in Chicago? These games are about 11, 12 in the afternoon, 1 in the afternoon, right in midday. It's very, very hard to do watch-alongs like that when you're working, when you're doing other things in your life as well. But I could do it tomorrow, and I could probably do it for those other preseason games. Just bear that in mind. If you'd like to see it, I'm happy to do it. It seems like people are enjoying it. People are coming by, asking questions. Some people that are not watching the game. Some people that are watching the game. Some people are really starting to find out that I love sleep and that I talk about it constantly on stream. So there you go. There's a lot that goes on those streams. So feel free to stop by if you want. It's going to be during the Bulls game. You can watch along with me. We won't put the game on the screen because, you know, I ain't trying to get in no case, you know. But anyway, it's all in good fun. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.